Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next bout. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Josh Francis.
Josh Francis, ladies and gentlemen, stands 5'11", just missed the weight limit though. He's 24 years of age. He's fighting out of Disciple MMA. A lot of Disciple tonight also. Saw a lot of Capital, a lot of Disciple, and they have a ton of fans here. 2-1 for Josh here, CD.
Yeah, he's 2-1, and we've seen him fight before, and he always puts on a strong performance. One thing to note about this fight, he actually missed weight. He came in 6.5 pounds over. And again, I'll tell you, in the amateur ranks, it's more of like a gentleman's agreement, and hey, I tried, it didn't work, I'm not gonna kill myself over it, let's go and fight. And your purse isn't getting fined. It's, everybody's trying to figure it out. You're all going through the trials and tribulations of the weight cuts and learning the game. However, if you had a bad weight cut, and let's say he pushed it a little bit harder than maybe he should have, that could be indicative that his cardio might suffer. He might get a little bit gassed a little bit quicker. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for in two evenly matched fighters.
Now, he's ranked 32nd in amateur featherweight, and we've seen some other featherweights here this evening, so maybe Josh will get a chance to make that a little bit different. His second fight his winning streak is 2. So this is his 4th fight here at CageZilla, so this will be fun for me to watch Josh come back out here and go against an opponent that is supposedly a favorite a little bit here in this fight, as Josh is getting all maxed up and ready to roll with the Vaseline by his team.
Absolutely. It's always notable when you lose your debut fight and then you come back and you win a couple in a row. You really, it shows that you made these adjustments and you learned from that loss and you didn't just take it, and that tells you something about the person. Because I know people who fought, they've won, lost, it's gone great, gone terrible, and they never want anything to do with the sport again.
Right, and this is odd for Disciple MMA to have a guy miss weight. This isn't like Disciple MMA to make this happen, but you know what? If the fighters agree, they agree. All right, let's throw it back up to Chris. Oh, and before we do that, 3 other Disciple MMA guys fighting. So, you got a lot of people here when you got 3 guys on your team.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Ryan Patterson.
Ryan Patterson, 5'10", 144 pounds, 23 years of age. He's also fighting out of the lab, and we saw the lab put on a good show earlier with a record 2-0. He's 10th, ranked 10th as an amateur featherweight here in Virginia.
And these are 2 of the best gyms in Northern Virginia, especially outside the Beltway. These guys continuously produce some of the most prepared amateurs we've seen now. And, Ryan Patterson's got some excellent jiu-jitsu, some excellent skill set when the fight goes to the ground. And I'm interested to see how he's improved his striking, because when you have such a good ground game, the best way not to get there sometimes is just to punch your way in,
Right.
You get somebody to be so fearful of your striking that they force a shot, they try to force the position, and that'll really let your best skill set shine.
Now these guys fighting out of the Lab MMA coming up from Fredericksburg, we talked about it's not a huge distance to travel when you start talking about Northern Virginia, but they do get to truck up here a little bit. It's about an hour and a half. And, you got to ride up, you got to get weight, you got to go to the weigh-ins. You have all these different things that kind of push on you. And then you got a guy who doesn't make weight that you're fighting. What do? You go, of course I'm going to fight him. You're not going to be like, oh, he's 6 pounds overweight? No chance I'm not fighting that guy.
Right. You got everybody coming out here to support you. You got your teammates going to war. You're getting after it. You're not gonna bow down from that. And especially, and again, in the amateurs, it's like, look, all right, you had a bad weight cut. Maybe you didn't diet properly. We're all learning. This is a learning experience.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not egregious and it just shows that when you start coming in 20 pounds overweight, that shows the person doesn't care, which does happen. In a situation like this, it's not going to change anything too significantly.
All right, let's throw it back up to Chris Fuller.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the CageZilla featherweight division. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, sitting 5'10", weighing 145, and fighting out of Disciple MMA with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. It's Josh Francis!
Disciple MMA putting on a great showing tonight. Josh Francis is up next.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'10" and weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of the lab with a perfect record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. it's Ryan Patterson.
And the Lab MMA from Fredericksburg sending us Ryan Patterson. This could be the fight of the night right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds, and your referee is Michael Dolman.
Michael Dolman, the referee, is scheduled for three-minute rounds as we get the cage all locked up and ready to roll. You know what? We have some title fights coming up, but this one between these two guys, even though you got a guy that didn't weigh in right, we're still talking about maybe the fight of the evening.
Two great camps producing some very high-level amateur fighters. This is definitely a fight to watch out for.
Oh, he's kicking off right here. Josh Francis in the red gloves. Ryan Patterson, black gloves with blue tape.
A lot of kicking from both guys. Josh was going for a guillotine, but he didn't have the grip, and he let go. And now Ryan's actually using this takedown opportunity to clear the legs. You can see that he's holding on to Josh's foot, and he let go of it, but now he looks like he's about to get out and clear that half guard.
Kind of a slow fight. Let's see if he's got this sunk in here. I don't think he does.
He doesn't, but he's actually adjusting quite well.
I mean, he's adjusting right here, and it's kind of tucked in.
But Ryan's doing a great job.
Couldn't be over this quick, could it?
No, well, the biggest thing is that Ryan's past that leg. If Josh can't get his legs involved and extend, he's not going to be able to finish the choke. He won't be able to get the leverage necessary. So, you know, it's uncomfortable, and it's definitely an urgent position, but as long as you can clear that outside leg and get over into half guard or side control, you're going to be okay.
If you're just tuning in here to GoSports.com, on the ground, on his back in the red gloves, Josh Francis.
Excellent
on top,
pass.
Ryan Patterson.
Excellent pass from Ryan
Black
Patterson.
gloves, blue tape.
Excellent pass from Ryan Patterson. He cleared the leg and then stepped backwards, and now he's actually in a little bit of a deeper side control. Josh is trying to get the knee in, but as long as Ryan's hips are past, he's going to be in a better spot.
Now coming up, ladies and gentlemen, the title fights right after this one. And the first one is our first female fight of the evening. So please, get comfy. You're not going anywhere, as both these fighters lay right here and are putting in some work. Josh Francis and Ryan Patterson.
Now, Josh has an interesting grip here. This is, I'm not quite sure how he has it. He had his elbow turned, and he was using that to try to get.
This looks like a bad game of Twister.
Right. He was trying to get a good roll, but what Ryan did was he actually kind of went with it, readjusted, and then he came around from north-south and took the other side control. And now Josh is trying to battle his knees in and regain half, and it looks like he's got a bit of a knee, but it's just not quite enough to really create a better. Now he's creating a scramble, and he ends up on top.
A lot of ground and pound here, and we don't normally see this. You know, we've seen a lot tonight of the strikers, but not a lot of ground and pound. And these guys kind of mixing it up a little bit, just trying to get the leverage so we can get this pass and try to move into some sort of submission.
Absolutely. You know, and Josh, you know, he's got to be a little bit careful because Ryan does have a pretty dangerous guard, but great points. And now he's going for an ankle lock.
Wow,
now,
he's pulling back hard on that.
He's pulling back, but he's standing up. And
it doesn't look like it's locked in.
No, there's just not enough pressure. Now, if he could sit down, now he's got to be careful because
now he's going to get locked in. Yeah,
his knee is turned, and Ryan actually has a better situation here because he's turning the knee. This is putting Josh in a much worse position. Ryan could finish it right here.
Oh, it's over.
That's the end of the round. The end of the round.
Phew. I was like, I can't hear the bell. It's so loud in here tonight. I just thought he tapped out.
Yeah, no, it was so close, Kevin. When Josh's knee started to turn, Ryan had a really good adjustment there because, you know, Josh had a tight ankle lock, but it was more of a discomfort, you know, an uncomfortable position. But when Ryan adjusted and went for a knee bar, an ankle lock of his own, you could see that knee turn. And once that knee turns, there's an incredible amount of pressure. So it could very well have happened where he would have tapped just before the bell, because if you don't, you're in for a world of hurt.
Josh Francis, 24 years of age, comes in just slightly overweight, but doesn't seem to be affecting anyone too much, either side, Ryan Patterson or Josh. So, I mean, people were making kind of a big deal of this before we got here tonight. And, hey, the one guy from Disciple didn't weigh in, and, you know, it's like some sort of thing. But, you know, 6 pounds is 6 pounds, but, you know, you're bigger than me, and I can still whoop you, so what's the difference?
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, here we go. Started round number 2. Touching gloves right in the middle of the cage, right on top of CageZilla's logo. Referee Michael Dolman.
A lot of kicks from both fighters. Both guys seem to be hesitant to start throwing punches, which is interesting because the kick is how the takedown happened. You know, Josh went to throw into a kick. Ooh, big spinning back elbow, though. Excellent work from Ryan. excuse me, Josh. Ryan with the takedown, though. Into side control, right into side control.
Josh Francis on his back now. Patterson with control on top. Right over in Patterson's corner.
You know, and this has been a tale of half guard and side control this whole fight. Both guys have just been constantly passing and getting caught in half guard. And, you know, it's pretty indicative of their high-level jiu-jitsu. But we need to see a little bit more activity, a little bit more damage done as opposed to just the grappling. You know, we put excellent pass by Ryan, but good recovery from Josh. And again, you know, you see this whole fight has really come down to their knees. Who's clearing whose knee, and is he able to do anything with it?
And I know this isn't exciting for some people. That's a little different.
Right, so now what's happening here, Ryan just stepped over, and he actually is in an inverted triangle position, but the difference is he's looking to isolate that arm, and that's when he could start getting creative with Kimuras, arm bars, any sort of extension. He's actually creating space, though, because Josh did the same thing back, you know, and we saw this at the end of the last round. They're very similar styles.
I'm about to say, you better watch a knee coming up to the face.
And now,
and here we go, watch out.
Ryan's got to be careful because now Josh is going belly down on the knee bar.
And Ryan just looked like he was trying to let it happen just to see what he was going to do so he could counter.
Excellent point. And what he did was now he has his hook. He used his foot as a hook, but then Josh rolled through that. And now Ryan's going to take his back, but he's a little bit too high.
Uh-oh, he sunk that in. That's in there
got
deep.
It. Oh, wow.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Patterson comes away with a huge win.
Excellent jiu-jitsu.
Sunk it in there quick, and it was so fast.
Very fast. He was riding too high on Josh's back. He was about to go over, and instead of bracing himself and trying to regain the position, he went for the choke and used that to squeeze and hold himself in place. Excellent win for Ryan Patterson.
Unbelievable how quick that was as Patterson just kind of rolled over there and then quickly sunk it in there. And, I mean, it was so fast, and when you're out of breath and you don't realize how much you need that air. And there's the start of round two as they get into this spot. But here he goes. He's going to try to roll over and flip this over. And it was so fast, you just kind of miss it. Right here. Here's a right, and then here it comes. Like, it's kind of awkward, but right here, bang. It was quick, and bang. Look how tight he's got it sunk in there, Charles.
So he takes his right arm, and he was going from, he had an underhook, kind of like in a seatbelt position, and he goes over the shoulder. You can see it. It's going to be tough to see from this angle, but you're going to see his, it's his left arm come over Josh's shoulder, and that's what actually not only keeps him in place from losing back mount, but also what seals in the choke.
Pretty amazing little rollover and a great job by Ryan Patterson. Just pretty awesome. Man, what a great fight. All right, let's throw it up to Chris Fuller. Get the call. Chris wasn't in the ring yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action 2 minutes and 3 seconds into the second round. For your winner, by rear naked choke, out of the blue corner, Ryan Patterson.
All right, Ryan Patterson with a huge win here at CageZilla 50, and GoSports.com is the place to be to watch these next 4 fights. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back in about 30 seconds because coming up, Tia Jablonski and Tara Graf. It's a title fight between the ladies. CageZilla is back right after this.